Right. Good morning, everyone. All the online students, could you please everyone respond in the chat window? I request all the online students need to respond in the chat window. Okay. Perfect, guys. Let's get continued then. So the one we have been done with basic program, and then we got done with medium level of the program. After that, we will be taking with advanced level of the programs, right? So as part of advanced level of the program, first we have been done with window handler, and then we discussed about web table, and then we discussed about Excel. Now, continued with the same thing, we need to understand that Excel with Playwright, which need to be get understood in working of that particular Excel with Playwright. So if I just go with this particular one, in working this particular aspect of Excel with the Playwright, so we have to work with the combination because Excel is totally different, Playwright is totally different. There is no way of the connectivity. As part of the program requirement, we are working with combination. So why we are working with the combination? If we guys has been remember, if we guys has been right, if you guys has been remember that particular one of it will be taking with that particular individual program. In the starting days, we have been discussed about. In the starting days, we have been discussing about the passing the test data. What are the possibilities? One option, hard coded. That is what we are already discussed. Next option, passing from the variable. That is also we discuss. Next will be taking with Excel. I mean, providing the test data in Excel and reading the data from Excel file. So whatever test data is there, we are maintaining that particular test data in a Excel file. We need to read the data from Excel file and we have to apply with application. Okay. So that is what it will be taking with the help of in working with the combination of Excel with Playwright. Now let's see that how exactly we can write that particular program. So for that, it will be taking with this particular new file, which I will be taking with the new file. Mention tc underscore. It will be taking with the Excel and then it will be taking Playwright. Dot. Now we are providing with the extension. Now we are providing with the extension that it will be taking with .spec.ts. We are providing that particular extension that it will be taking with .spec.ts. Okay, so now it will be continued in importing that particular required models. If I'm just taking with the model, first I will be importing. As you are working with the Excel, you need to be go with importing that particular aspect of Excel, which it will be taking with XLSX. Okay, along with that, we need to work with the Playwright. That it will be taking with test method, which it will be taking with that particular test method. So from it will be taking with Playwright test here, which it will be taking with that particular Playwright test. So in that way, it will be able to go with, it will be taking with the import that it will be mentioning the test from, it will be taking with the Playwright test. Okay. So this is how you need to be understand. As part of that particular programming, what are all the required modules has been need to utilize it. You will be importing all that particular modules here. Okay. Now, as usual, I will be working with that particular test method. We need to be get provide that particular test method. For that, I will be taking with the description that I will be taking with the Excel, and then I will be taking with that particular playwright. And after that, you need to be get go with in working that particular perspective of page. You need to be get work with that particular page. Now here, first you need to be get perform the steps of read test data from Excel. We need to read test data from Excel. So for that, let's see that how exactly we are reading with the data as usual. First, I will be taking with constant. I will be taking with the workbook. Then I will be taking with that particular respective of read file. Whatever Excel file is there, we need to be get provide path of that particular Excel file. So yesterday we are already discussed about reading within the data from Excel file, right? So we have been discussing about reading within the data from Excel file. So that is what I will be taking with. You need to be get provide including with the file name. As it is clearly mentioning that you need to go with two backslash. Either you can go with the single forward slash or you will be taking with that particular two backslash here. Either I can go with that particular single forward slash or I will be taking with that particular respective of two forwards, two backslash here. Okay. So that is what we are working here. Okay. Next, you will be taking with first you are finding with the file, path of the file. Once you recognize with the file, from the file, you will be taking with the workbook. From the workbook, you will be taking with the sheet and then you are converting into that particular JSON format. Okay. We need to provide the sheet name. We got a sheet name is test data. We got a sheet name that it will be taking with the test data that it will be taking with that particular respective of sheet name here. Right? Okay. So by this, if I'm executing, I will be able to see that reading with the data and printing. But our requirement is not like just will be taking with only reading the data. We need to apply with application. So to get apply with that particular application, to get apply with that particular application, whatever the data is there, first we need to be get assigned to one particular variable. We need to be get assigned to one particular respective variable here. So how exactly we can assign? How exactly we can assign to that particular variable. Now we can see here. It will be taking with the constant. It will be taking with username, which I will be taking with the username here. So what is the column name we got? Username and password in a small letters. The same thing it will be providing. So here we are providing that particular data type as a any, which will be taking with any data type. Now we got the username from Excel, we got username from password. Still, to have an easy understanding, I'm just mentioning the Excel username and then Excel password. Okay, so with this, we are able to perform the first step. What is the first step? Reading with the data from Excel. Reading with the data from Excel. That is what we will be taking with first step here. Okay, so after that, we need to begin apply with application. So we need to apply test data from Excel to Playwright test here. So all the steps will be the same. So all that particular respective steps will be the same. Just you will be calling that particular variable. You need to be just call that particular respective of variable here. Okay, so let's see that first we will be taking with await page dot go to. We need to be get provide that particular application URL. So what exactly that particular application URL is there? You need to be get go with that particular respective of application URL. So we need to be get provide. You will be taking with that particular respective of application URL. So let's see that in providing that particular application URL. So after that, we need to be get enter username and then taking with the password. So for the confirmation, so here once I got enter, I will be taking with await page dot. I will be taking with wait for timeout. So wait for timeout and then printing with the statement console.log application open. Then it will be taking with entering with username. So how you are entering the username? It will be taking with await page dot locator. You need to be get provide that particular locator details to forward slash. It will be taking with the input and then it will be taking square brackets at the rate name equal to in a single code it will be taking with the xt username. So in a single code it will be taking with the xt username. Dot it will be taking with that particular field. Dot it will be taking with the field Excel username. So that means in the Excel file, whatever the username is there, we are able to read data from Excel and then applying with that particular application. So here we are printing with the statement mentioning the username password is entered. After that, as usual, taking with the login and then taking with logout from application. So this is how we need to begin go with in working with Excel with Playwright. And reports need to be generated. Reports concept in Playwright, we got a built-in report. In Playwright, we got a built-in report here. So built-in HTML reports has been there, right? So we got that particular built-in HTML reports has been there. So which it will be taking with that particular reports here, right? Right. So in this way, you need to be get go with and it will be taking with these particular steps here. Right. So this is what it will be working on this. So now let's see here how exactly the program will be working. See the execution. I'll go with the right click and then open in integrated terminal. Now, as usual, npx it will be taking with playwright. npx playwright taking with test folder and then it will be providing with the file name TC underscore. You will be taking with Excel. You will be taking with Playwright. Dot spec dot ts hyphen you will be taking with headed mode. SendPX taking with the Playwright test, which you will be taking with hyphen headed mode. Send this way, you need to be get go with execution. Now we can see that it will be reading with the data from Excel and then applying with application. It got enter username and password and taking with the logout and close application. Right? That means while working with the real time, is it mandatory we need to be get work with the Excel? That depends. It depends on that particular project. But as part of learning and as part of interview, as part of learning, as part of that particular interview, it is mandatory. As part of that particular learning or as part of that particular interview, it has been mandatory that in continued these particular steps here. So in this way, we need to be get go with in understanding all the possibilities. Being an automation tester, we need to be get comfortable in automating all that particular respective possibilities here. Okay, right. So this is what which I will be working with Excel and then Excel with Playwright. In the same way, database concept also is there. We need to read with the data from database and need to be get apply with application that it will take some time. Okay. So next, see the programs. What are the things we got? Window handler, web table, Excel, Excel with the Playwright. Now you will be taking with another interesting concept, that you will be mentioning that capture screenshot. Another interesting concept that you will be taking with capture screenshot. Right? So if I'm taking with that particular capturing with the screenshot, so if I'm just taking with capturing with the screenshot, I mean, while working this particular Playwright, if you want to be get capture with the screenshot, what are the steps we need to be followed? So always these particular Playwright, they make everything more easy, guys. Not like you will be taking with it that much of complicated. They make everything as a more easy. Okay, so how easy they have been done is not like mandatory that you need to write the huge lines of code. As an example, if I'm taking with these particular Selenium or Cypress or other automation tools, if you want to take within the screenshot, you need to write huge lines of code here. You need to write that particular huge lines of code. But while working these particular this Playwright, you doesn't require to go with this huge lines of code. By default, you are using with the method name, you will be taking with the screenshot. So there is no extra logic, guys. Everything we got in a built-in features, built-in method we got it. Just we got only one particular method that we will be taking with the method name. That we will be taking with the method name, we will be taking with screenshot here. So which we got that particular method name, we will be taking with that particular screenshot. Right? But while working this particular method or while working with the screenshot, we got a different type of options here. So whenever it was taking with the screenshot, you need to be get provide path of the file. That means where exactly it has to take with the screenshot. Is that in D drive or C drive? What should be the file name? What should be that particular extension? We have to provide it. Based on that, it will be continued. Based on that, it will be continued in taking with that particular screenshot here. In simple, we got in a built-in method name. We got in a built-in method name that we will be taking with the screenshot. And that particular screenshot, we got in a different type of option. We can say that that particular screenshot for whole page. Please be very clear. Screenshot for whole page. That means the entire page, whatever that particular entire page is there, so that particular entire page, it has to take with the screenshot here. Okay, so after that, it will be taking with screenshot, which it will be taking with that particular one. Screenshot of it will be taking with particular element. Screenshot of particular element. So one you will be taking with screenshot of whole page, another one screenshot of particular element. And then you will be taking with this another one, which you will be taking with screenshot of particular area. Okay, so this is what you will be taking with the option. The method name is same. Method name is screenshot only. It can be full page or it can be particular element or it can be that particular area which you will be taking with method name is screenshot. Entire page very straightforward. While working with the entire page, you will be mentioning the path of the file. So here we need to be get mentioning that path of the file. So where exactly that screenshot it has to take it, you need to be get provide path of the file. And then particular element. Which element you want to take with the screenshot? Which element it has to take with the screenshot. Along with that, you will be taking with path of the file. So which element you need to take with the screenshot, that both the arguments need to be provided. Considering that, you will be taking with element details and then you will be taking with path of the file. Element details and then taking with that particular path of the file here. So which I will be taking with that particular screenshot of particular element. You will be having that particular element details and then you will be taking with that particular path of the file. In the same way, you have to provide particular area. So while taking with that particular area, you need to be get mentioning that particular area details here. Nothing but x comma y. And then you will be taking with path of the file. So which I will be providing that particular area details by taking with that particular x coordinate and then taking with y coordinate, providing that particular path of the file here. So in that way, you will be taking with the help of in utilizing this particular one, mentioning that you will be taking with this particular step, which you will be taking with screenshot of particular area here. So this is what you will be taking with all the required options we can do it. If I'm taking with this particular option as simple, method name is screenshot only. Any type of screenshot you will be taking with the method name is screenshot only. Then you will be taking with that particular screenshot for a whole page, screenshot of particular element, then it will be taking with screenshot of particular area. So how exactly it will be taking with the area is whenever you are taking with this particular one. So here this particular corner point. This corner point, it will be considering that x equal to 0. Okay, so that means this is starting point, x equal to 0. Then it will be taking with y equal to 0. So which it will be taking with x equal to 0 and it will be taking with y equal to 0. That means it has to start from here and then it will be considering with the pixel wise, which it will be taking with from this corner it's need to take with that particular height. So the height it has to take with 500 pixel. The height is need to be get take with that particular 500 pixel. And then it will be taking with that particular width also. That particular width it will be taking with 500 pixel. The height it will be taking with 500 pixel and the width it will be taking with that particular 500 pixel here. So that is what it will be taking it, which it will be mentioning that it will be taking with these particular steps here. So as simple, if I'm taking with that particular respective screenshot, that particular screenshot, it will be taking with the whole page, mention that path of the file here. Right? So the same method for particular element, same method for particular area. But while working that particular area, you need to be get provide that particular area details here. So let's see that how exactly we can work with that particular area here. Okay, let's look into that. It will be taking with the test method. It will be taking with open in integrated terminal, not terminal, right? Test. It will be taking with the right click. It will be using with the option of new file. It will be using with the option of new file. Mention that it will be taking with the TC. That particular TC it will be taking with, which it will be taking with the TC underscore screenshot. Okay, dot spec dot ts, which it will be taking with that particular screenshot dot, it will be taking with the spec dot ts here. This is what it will be utilizing, it will be taking with these particular steps here. Okay, so in this way, we need to be get go with in utilizing this particular respective of program. Let's see that. As usual, it will be taking with the import that it will be mentioned that test model. Test from Playwright. Done. Next, it will be taking with that particular option. It will go with, it will be taking with this particular test method, which it will be taking with test method. So one test method is equal to one particular automation test case. First, we need to be get open that particular respective application. First, we need to be get open that particular respective application. Then it will be taking with this particular application got open. Now it will be taking with enter username and password. We need to be get enter username and password. So we are providing that particular username considering that particular Suresh IT taking with the password. So we got to open the application, we enter with the username and password. After that, we need to be get click on login button. Click on login button. So once I done with this particular click on login button. So first we got mentioning that it will be taking with this particular perspective of login. Once we have been done with the login, now we need to be get go with in taking with entire page screenshot. So let's see that how exactly we can go with that particular screenshot. Right. So we'll be taking with this particular entire page screenshot. Now you can see. We will be mentioning that take screenshot of whole page. Take screenshot of whole page. So that you will be using the method. Method name itself, it is clearly mentioning that it will be taking with the screenshot. And we are giving the path. So what is the path I'm giving? Let me provide with the path. I'll just provide related to that particular screenshot. I will be providing with the path here. So what exactly the path is there? So in your local system, wherever you are comfortable. So in your local system, wherever you are comfortable, you need to be get provide path of that. You need to be get provide path of that particular screenshot here. And we are clearly mentioning what you are mentioning full page true. We are clearly mentioning that full page is true. That means it's need to be able to take. It's need to be get able to take that particular whole page screenshot here. It's need to be get able to take that particular perspective of whole page screenshot need to be done. Right? So which it will be taking with, it will be having these particular respective steps here. Send this way, it will be taking with these particular respective steps here. Right? So this is how it will be able to see that it will be taking with these particular respective steps here, which it will be having this particular screenshot here. Okay, after that, once we got that particular perspective of the screenshot, next it will be taking with the screenshot of specific element. As an example, logout. You can go with anything. As part of the specific element, first you are finding the locator. Then you are using the method name. Method name is screenshot only. Then you are providing with the path of that particular screenshot. First, you given only that particular path. First, you got finding with the element, and then you are taking with the screenshot, you are providing with the path. After that, you need to be get take with the screenshot that you will be taking with screenshot for particular area, which you will be taking with specific area. So you have been given the path, not only path, you need to provide that particular coordinates. So we are giving starting point x and y 0. X and y 0 means it will consider from here. See that. In a web page, from the corner it will take x and y. Now I will be giving with the pixel which I will be taking with 500 and then it will be taking with that particular 500. Width I will be taking with the 500. Height I will be taking with that particular 500. Right? So width I will be taking with that particular 500 and width I will be taking with this particular 500. Just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Right, guys. Okay. So let's see that. So which I will be taking with this particular one. So this is what I will be taking with this particular step. Wait, I will be taking with this particular page dot screenshot. Right? So if I just go with this particular one, so now we provided, I given as a height as a 500 pixel and then width as a 500 pixel. Now we can see here. Let me execute the program. And whenever you are executing the program, all the online students, please be very clear. While executing with the program, just you can see that you can observe at the time of execution, you can find some flash will happen. Like whenever you are taking with the mobile, how you will be able to see with the flashlight, you will be getting some blink, you will get it. In the same way, so which I will be taking with the blink, you will be getting it. In the same way, you will be taking with, right? So in that particular same way, you will be able to have, right? So this particular one. So in that, you will be taking with these particular respective steps here. Right? Let me see that. Let me execute it. So while execution, you can please be very clear. You will be able to see that. Right? Okay. So now we given the path, right? So whatever the path we have been given, this is my local system path. So the path I have been given is my local system path. That means after execution, it's need to be get able to save with the screenshot in that particular respective path here. So let's see that how exactly you will be taking with these particular respective screenshots. Now let's look into the execution. I will be taking with NPX, which I will be taking with that particular NPX. NPX, I will be taking with Playwright, and then I will be taking with test. NPX, Playwright, then I will be taking with test, and then providing with the file name. So TC underscore, I will be taking with screenshot. TC underscore, I will be taking with screenshot. Dot, I will be taking with the spec dot TS. Then I will be taking with edit mode, which I will be taking with that particular respective of headed mode here. Okay, so let's see the execution. Now it's need to be able to take with the screenshot here. First it will be taking with the login. Now whenever you're taking the screenshot, see the blink, right? One blink, two blinks, and then third one. So now it will be taking with the logout, close the application. So if I just go with that particular respective path, we given the path, right? If I just go to that particular path, in that particular path, we need to able. In that particular path, we need to able to see that particular screenshot. In that particular path, we need to be get able to see that particular respective of the screenshot here. Okay, right. So let's see here. Let's look into that. Let me go to that particular path. Now we can see you're able to see with the today's date. With the today's date, you will be able to see that particular screenshot. First, I will be taking with the whole page, which I will be taking with this particular whole page of the screenshot, which I will be taking with that particular whole page of the screenshot. This is the whole page. Now let me take another image, particular element. We given the logout, right? See here. We provided that particular respective of logout, which it will be taking with that particular logout. Will be taking that particular logout. And then it will be taking with another one. We got in a particular area, which I will be taking with particular area. So this is we given as 0, x0, y0. From the x, height is the 500 pixel, width is the 500 pixel. It has been taken screenshot of that particular page. So in this way, we can go with in understanding, in taking with the screenshot. So in case of Selenium or other automation tools, you need to write lot of logic, lot of code you have to write it. But while working this particular playwright, they make in a more simple, just they given a built-in method name itself screenshot. Just you need to be get provide with the path, then it will be taking with screenshot of that particular page here. Which will be taking with screenshot of that particular page. So this is what it will be taking with these particular respective steps here. So in this way, we need to be get go with, it will be having, in this way, we need to be get go with, it will be having these particular respective steps here. Right? So this is how it will be taking with these particular steps here. So this, it will be mentioning that it will be taking with these particular respective of screenshot. Not only screenshot. While working with the playwright, see the advantages. Now you can understand why we are getting with the more demand for this particular playwright in the current market. Not only this particular screenshot, in a very simple steps, we can go with, it will be taking with video recording, which we can go with that particular video recording. So which it will be taking with this particular step, that it will be mentioning that it will be taking with that particular aspect of video recording here. So what exactly the meaning of this particular video recording is? See the concept. Okay, so what exactly the meaning of this particular one is, which you can mention that test execution steps. Test execution steps will be recorded, and not only recorded, and automatically attached to HTML report. So we doesn't require to do anything. We doesn't require to write any extra coding also. Just we have to do some small settings only. With that, it will be taking with the screenshot. Taking with the video recording, that particular video recording file. So whatever the recorded file is there, it will be attaching that particular HTML report. So by that, in the HTML report, you will be having that particular UI details. Along with that, you will be taking with that particular aspect of this video recorded file also. So for that, what you have to do? Just very simple settings in Playwright config file. There is no extra coding. Please be very clear, guys. You doesn't require to go with any of the extra coding. You doesn't require to go with any of the extra coding, which you will be taking with, you will be having that particular Playwright config file. You need to be go with that particular Playwright config file. Right? I will go with which I will be taking with this particular aspect of Playwright config file here. So this particular Playwright config file, if I'm just taking with this particular Playwright config file. Now, in this, you need to be provide the settings, or I can say that in simple, update Playwright config file. So what you need to be get update, you will be having use option. In that Playwright, you will have a use option. Under that, you will be taking with this particular video, uh, which you will be taking with that particular video or video recording that will look into that. Just will mention that on. Just you have to mention that on. That's it. Once you mention that that particular video is on any program, whatever the automation script you are executing. So whatever that particular automation script you are executing, right? Any automation script you have been executing, you will be able to see that you will be having with whatever that particular automation script you have been executing, you will be able to see that you will be executed all the steps here. No, sir, I doesn't require execution. I mean recording. Make it as a off. I mean, in a place of on, you will be taking with the off. No, sir, I want recorded, but only the failure step. Which step it has been failure, I want to record only that particular step. Then you will be mentioning that retain on failure. Then you will be mentioning that retain on failure, which you will be taking with retain on failure. So that is what you will be taking with these particular steps here. So in this way, you need to be get go with in providing these particular respective steps here. Right? So there is no programming or coding changes. There is no concept of that particular programming or you will be taking that particular coding changes here. So just it's need to be get go with. Just it's need to be get go with, you will be taking with these particular respective steps. Right, which you will be mentioning that particular on, you will be taking with the off, you will be taking with retain on failure. Right? So this is how you need to be get go with in doing this particular recording. So let's see here how I can do that. I'm just taking with the help of Playwright config file. In the Playwright config file, you got an option of use. In the Playwright config file, you got an option of use. Now here, I'm just adding with the statement. I'm just adding with the statement that I will be taking with the video. So that I will be taking with on. Okay, so which I will be taking with the video that I have been mentioned as a on. Either you can mention on or you can mention off or retain on failure. Whatever your program requirement. That's it, guys. There is no coding changes, programming changes. I'm just save Playwright config file and then I will close that particular config file. Okay, done. Now let's see here. Okay, so which I will be able to see that now I'll execute the program for easy understanding. I'm just executing with the program of login and logout. Any program, any automation test case you want to execute, you can go with in executing any of the test case here. So now I will be using with the command npx and then you will be taking with the Playwright. npx you will be taking with the Playwright that you will be taking with test folder. npx you will be taking with the Playwright that you will be taking with that particular test folder. So you will be taking with that particular test providing TC002. Then you will be taking with the login underscore. You will be taking with the logout. dot spec dot ts, then I will be taking with the headed mode. Now, in Playwright config file, we mentioned that particular video is on. Because of that, it will be able to take that particular recording as a on. So we'll be taking with the login and then taking with the logout and close the application. Okay, right. Now see the report. Just we can go to that report. This is batch number 77. Okay. So I'll just go to the path where exactly that particular workspace is there. I will be having 77 batch. If I just open, we got any test results. Okay, not test results, Playwright report. If I just open the Playwright report, right, I got an HTML report. I'll just double click on this. This is Excel. What is our batch code? 77, right? Okay, 77. We are not in the correct path. Oh, okay. Just wait, guys. Just wait it. Just 1 minute. I need to change the path. Okay, right. So I just take with that particular execution. Now we can see that it will be taking that particular login and then log out and close the application. Okay, right. So go to this particular path. I'll just refresh it. Now you can see the report with the today's date. It has been updated. Now you got an extra folder of data. Previously only index, that is HTML report. Now you got an extra folder of data. If I just open this particular folder, you got a video recorded file. So you see, just directly it will open in the media player. You doesn't require to go with the conversion and all those particular things here. See that. So whatever the test execution steps are there, all that particular test execution step, it has been attached. I mean, it has been recorded all that particular steps here. So even this is an individual recorded file. This is, it will be saying that it will be taking with individual recorded file here. Okay, right. So now we can see that if I'm taking with this particular report, this is an HTML report. So in this particular HTML report, these are all the test steps. Along with the test steps in the report only, it has been attached with the video also. Even here only can play it in the same HTML report only. If I just click on that particular play, you will be able to see that particular steps will be getting playback here. So these kind of features, if I want to be get implement in other automation too. So these particular kind of features, if I want to be get implement in another tool, which it will be taking with a lot of time and the huge logic you need to write it, lot of things you need to be get performed here. Right? So in this way, you will be able to go with and you will be having these particular respective steps here. Right? So this will be working with that particular screenshot and then you will be taking with that particular video recording. So for the time being, I'm making that particular one as a off, because every time if you are making on, it will work it, but little bit the system will get in a slow down here. So that is the reason I'm taking with the off here. So but as part of your practice purpose, you can mention that on, and then you can take that particular practice here. So which you will be able to continue that particular respective practice here. So this is, we got an option, and you will be taking with the screenshot, and then you will be taking with video recording. See how, what are all the advanced features we got it. We got in a web table, we got in a window handler, we got an Excel with Playwright, then you will be taking screenshot and then video recording. Continue of all these particular things, we got one more option. We got another option that you will be taking with drag and drop. So we got one more option that you will be taking with drag and drop. So what exactly the meaning of this particular drag and drop is? Just I'll show you an example in detail. You will understand in the tomorrow session. That will make you some confusion. It will take some time to understand. See here. This is you will be taking with drag. I'm able to drag it. So drag and drop means not like folder drag and drop, or you will be taking with file drag and drop. Okay. So it is not like you will be taking with that particular folder drag and drop and then taking with that particular file drag and drop here. Okay. So which you will be taking with just on the web page. On the web page, you need to have an option. On the web page, you will be taking with the option which you will be taking with that particular drag and drop here. So on the web page, you will be taking with this particular drag and drop. So this is what you will be mentioning, that you will be taking with these particular respective steps here. So how we need to automate it? So how exactly we can automate these particular functionalities? That's we need to be get understand. That will take tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be discussing about how we can automate these particular drag and drop. And after that, we got in a one more concept that we will be taking with hooks concepts. Yes, there is one concept of hooks concept. Along with the hooks, we need to understand the basic level of the mobile testing also. While working with the Playwright, we can go with the basic level of mobile automation that we'll be discussing it. Once we complete these three programs, then we'll be completing with the part 1, and you need to ready for part 2. Our main target is part 2, guys, not part 1. But if you want to get comfortable with the part 2 of the concept, it's mandatory that everyone need to be get clear about your part 1 of the concept. Then it will be more easy to go with that particular part 2 here. That is what nothing but automation frameworks. So to understand that, we are making all these particular practice here. So please go with the regular practice. So please go with the regular practice, and please spend some time in taking with, please go with the regular practice and spend some time in doing with the more practice with these particular part 1 concepts here. Okay, so you can utilize these particular offline lab support, or you will be taking with that particular online lab support, but make sure that you will be taking with the proper practice here. Okay, right. Clear everyone? Okay. So any questions? You guys can carry on your questions. Yes,
Hi,
please.
Suresh.
Carry on.
Yeah, I was asking like in screenshots, we are specifying file name, right? If I
Correct.
execute the same test once again, it will be replaced or another file will be created.
If you are giving the same file name, it will, that is obvious, right? The common functionality. If you are given with the same file name means it will overwrite it.
Okay. But if I want to store these files like for the sprint one, sprint two, and all, how would I be
Uh,
doing it?
you need to then whenever you are taking with the file name, you will be giving with the file name, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
particular file name, you need to append with date and time. When you, that file name, when you append with the date and time, then every time it will be taking with the new screenshot, new file will be available. Like that can be done.
Okay. So we have the date functions you mean to say, which we can
Yes.
use over here.
Exactly. I mean, for the file name, you have to append with that particular date. Otherwise, some people they will write some small code to generate in a random number every time. So that random number variable they will be appending to this particular file name. So by that, every time it will be generating that particular random number. So by that, it will be taking with the new screenshot here.
Okay. And the second question was in video recording, we are doing the retain on failure, right? How it
Correct.
actually works.
Now assume that you are executing the program. Any step has been failed. Whatever the step has been failed, only it will take that recorded of failed step only. Now, for example, my program is failing while clicking on the logout. So clicking on the logout, only that particular step it will be taking with the recording here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because after clicking on the logout, only my steps failed, right? That
Yes,
is
once
when fails.
wo- while working with the playwright, so
Mm-hmm.
playwright immediately it will not given a fail, right? It will wait for default timeout, 30,000
Yeah.
milliseconds. So after
Mm-hmm.
that, it will be failing it. So in that default timeout, this particular step will be getting recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ne-
Thank you, Suresh.
Yeah, no problem. Next.
Yes, sir. Naresh this side.
Yes, Naresh, carry on.
Sir, in the screenshot, taking particular area, if you want
Hmm.
to take a screenshot of a particular area in the middle of the page, so how we'll decide the coordinates, sir?
That is not coordinates, that is the pixel. I mean, it
Okay,
depends on your monitor. It depends
okay,
on based on your monitor 15 inches. Like we'll have in a TV screen pixel size, right? So that is
yes,
what
sir.
it will be providing with the pixel size.
Okay,
So based on your monitor inches, we can take that calculation and Google like we 15 inches monitor require these pixel size. So that will be doing it, and sometimes we'll go with the trial and error only.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the Excel program, can you please open one, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yes, sir. In this, uh, can you explain once 9 and 10th line? I mean, data of 0.
So first you are getting with the data into the sheet. Okay. So in the sheet, whatever the data is there, you assigned it to the variable. What is that variable name?
Data.
Nothing but array,
Oh,
right? So now what you are mentioning in this array, in that means in that Excel, go to first row. In the first row, it has to search with this column. Then that data assigned to this variable. Same in the first row, refer the column name of the password. If the column name of password is matching, that data assigned to this particular variable. And after that, we are printing it.
okay, sir. Okay, if you want to take the data of second row, we can mention like data of 1.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Next.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, in capturing the screenshots, right? The file path you're providing.
Hmm.
In that, before giving that, you're creating that test dot screenshot dot png.
No, 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 no. We are just providing with the only path. I mean, we are just providing with the file name only. Whatever the file name we provided, with that file name in that particular path, it will be creating with the file. We are not creating any file. So I just mentioned that the path is this particular folder name is the screenshot. So under the
Under the
screenshot,
screenshot.
under the screenshot, this is automatically we given some name. Not before
Randomly. Okay.
the time of program execution, it will be taking it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. With this name, it will saved like this.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, regarding the previous session,
Hmm.
can't we apply the mouse over for two elements in the same program?
No, no, no. Repeat the question again.
I mean, can't we apply hover functionality, no, sir? For hover functionality, can't we apply for two elements?
No, two elements same time cannot be done.
Or not
Okay.
the same time, one by one, one by one.
Oh, one
For
by one.
suppose for a PIM module, you return that in the program. I
Hmm.
tried for including PIM. I tried for one more element, but while logging out, it's giving errors.
While doing the logout, you are saying that giving an error.
Giving error. It's get failed in logout application.
In that case, for that particular logout, you may add it with the wait statement. Once remove the wait statement and just check it out. Sometimes that wait statements will give an issue.
Okay. Individually, it's working for both the elements, but combining the two elements, it's giving error in case of logging out.
No, I'm not sure how exactly you're trying it. So if you are working, if you return the two individual hover functions, okay. First you are
Oh,
taking the, whenever you are taking PIM, there is no two mouse over. For PIM, only one mouse over. After that, click
I tried
deploy.
for one by one only, sir. Hello.
I'm saying that in our application, if I'm taking with this particular PIM, so for example, this particular application,
Can I share my screen?
what are the things you are trying now here?
Just
What are,
a PIM. Before that, we applied that PIM for mouse over on PIM. After that,
correct.
once it's completed, then I write the code for admin module. Mouse over for admin. Then
Hmm.
job titles. I tried like that only. Click on that job titles. After that, once it gets completed, then I write the code for logout.
This would be one mouse over, one hover method.
One
Admin,
more.
one more
Admin
hover,
over.
individuals.
Yes,
After
sir.
that,
Job,
one more
mouse
individual.
over, mouse
After that,
over.
it
It
click
is
activity.
click activity. Yes, sir.
For every mouse over, if you were first cross-check that, giving with the wait statement. And for logout, if it is giving an error, once cross-check that, remove that particular wait statement and see that how it is working. Okay?
Okay. Why
Okay.
it will happen like that, sir? While logging out only it's giving error.
No, some wait statement it will be getting an issue because it depends on your application speed and then your internet speed. That sync issues will be there.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
Yes, Ajay, you can carry on a question. Ajay, you have a question?
Yes, sir. Could you please share that hard copy on my Pune location address? Is it possible?
No, no. Repeat the question again.
Actually, I need a hard copy or notes. So could you please
Okay.
share send me in Pune location?
You can connect to the management team. They will send you the location. I mean, they will send you the They will share the location. It is in we are in Hyderabad, Amirpet location.
Could you please send me via courier? I'll connect to management. Is it right?
That you can connect with the management team. I'm not the correct person, right? Once cross check with the management team. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
I'm